This is a video about the murder of my son. My son who was murdered 4 years ago. I want to start a YouTube channel. There's some music on there. I do some music. But what I really want to talk about is knife crime and the fact that my son was murdered. I walked up and stabbed him 3 times, and somehow managed to get 8 years. And they said it was manslaughter. Saying that my son was trying to rob him, and it's just complete nonsense. The guy walked up and stabbed him 3 times. And then my dad's doing life for murder. So yeah, my son was murdered 4 years ago, and my dad's doing life sentence for murder. About a year after my son's murder, I ended up going to jail. I hadn't been to jail since I was a kid. I never thought I'd go back to jail. It's alleged that I got myself jailed in order to go after the guy that killed my son. I nearly ended up in the same jail as him. Of course, I wanted to kill him. What father wouldn't? And if I hadn't ended up on the same wing, who can say? I've been telling people for the last 2 years that I went to jail for burglary, and which isn't really an honourable crime, and I am sick of living under this lie. I'm proud that I committed a burglary. Alright, let's have a bit more honesty here in this whole fucking thing. I was on Valium and I was out my nut, and I didn't think I was going to do something like that, but it was swimming in the back of my mind all the time. And anybody who's committed a crime on Valium knows that you're not in control of yourself. When I was a kid, my father would leave me for weeks on end at home alone, and if I wanted to eat, I had to steal. So when I end up out my nut and in a state where I don't know what I'm doing, I resort to this child again who feels a compulsion to steal. But yeah, I mean, if I had got hold of the guy, I would have killed him in a most... Well, no, in fact, I was really thinking I'd get away with it, it's very simple to make, so I'm told, household poisons. But I got to the jail where he was at, and they were like, no, they see me coming, they're like, yeah, we know who you are. You can't be here. You shouldn't have got sent here. And the screws at the other end knew what time it was. They were like, the screw knew. He sanctioned it. Fucking, you've got a choice. This is what you feel you need to do. I take comfort in the fact that he's had all his teeth knocked out, he's been raped, and he makes his money by giving blowjobs on the wing on account of the fact that he has no teeth. So I want to start a movement, an anti-knife movement. Our youth are fighting each other over postcodes and killing each other over fucking really stupid fucking things. But it's what the government want. They want the jails full. They want the men in prison. They want the women medicated, in the house getting fat, so they can control them. Look at all these businesses that they shut down and got fucked up because of COVID. They didn't need to do any of that. There's going to be more viruses like that. They come and go. There ain't no mad conspiracy about it. The Chinese starve out their people, so they eat shit what they're not supposed to. Some motherfucker ate a pangolin, which is like a Chinese armadillo. And then fucking COVID come from it, like, you know? So, people talk about fucking monkeys, this, that, and the third. Nah. As if some like guy from Africa who, you know, they didn't fuck a monkey. Having said that, they fuck donkeys in Colombia. You know, it's kind of like a rite of passage. I'm not joking, check it out, there's a Vice video. So yeah, now I'm gonna start trying to take this YouTube thing a bit serious. I've been going out busking lately, and like people telling me I'm good. I'm alright. Go out and sing for your dinner is one fucking hell of a feeling. But what I really want to talk about is my son and the daily struggle. I've attempted suicide several times since, and the last one I nearly succeeded. Someone walked in on me. And as that noose was tightening and I was starting to pass out, I realised that shit. I looked at my hands to sort myself out, but I tied them up. And now I'm passing out, but then the door swings open. I forgot to lock it. And the thing that I was fucking strung up on the door snaps, like the thing that you get above doors, look like them. It snapped, fell down, hit me on the head and cut my head open. There's people that are walking about on the streets that were involved in killing my son. They gave my dad 25 years for murdering a woman, you know. Listen, my heart goes out to her family and all that, but she was a prostitute who was known to clip men, you know, to steal their money. And, you know, they met because she tried to pickpocket him at a cash point, and they ended up together smoking crack, and she's ended up dead. Now, given that my father wasn't a homicidal maniac, then she's done something. There's been some sort of struggle. I don't know. I weren't there, but he hasn't just killed her outright. Yeah. You know, and he's done 20 years. He's got 5 years left. And I've seen him once in that 20 years. I speak to him on the phone a lot. I feel terrible because when I was doing my jail when I was a lot younger, my dad would bring me something every 2 weeks on a visit. Things was different back then. You know, every fucking 2 weeks, boom, yeah, weed for me. We saved my bacon on a number of occasions. You know, I was in the jungle, like fucking Portland and all that. Like, you know what Young Offenders Institutes are like. And I'll tell you a story about Kevin Owen. Shout out to Kevin, a guy from Southampton. He was a little small guy, 5'4", whatever, practically bald, in his late teens, buck teeth that were browning. But yeah, he was a couple of doors down from me, and he was the one who I went up to. And I said, look, I've got a little thing here, like, you know. And then a few weeks later, I filtered through to the wing bully, who I was really scared of, and Kevin wasn't. You know, he come up to me and hit me up and all that, like, you know. Came with his pals, you know, telling me you got to give that up. Yeah, Kev was like, no, you ain't giving shit up. My man said, what's he got to do with you? And he was like, yeah, that's my boy. Yeah. That changed my life, that sentence. You know, that was when prison was character forming. You know, I took place in several plays. You know, I was over the chapel every day. Yeah. And it's still brewing, nonetheless. You know, and this Kev, he'd escaped from prison, and he'd had a fight with this guy called Blaze, who was notorious in the prison system. This guy was an animal, like 6 foot odd. And then Kev told him, come in. I said, I'll fucking fight you. And then he just put one foot in the cell and Kev kicked the door shut. Broke his fucking leg. Then proceeded to beat the shit out of him. Yeah, man. And that was my guy. Terrible taste in music. I had a good music collection. I used to play this one Red Hot Chili Peppers song called Scar Tissue. And then one day he shouted me out, hey Archer, who was that? Who was that? And I told him Red Hot Chili Peppers. Make me a recording of that. So I did. Fucking hell. Alright, I'm going to continue this video later because something's pressing come up, but I'm not finished yet.